from what we discussed earlier. From there, if we can start again, that would be really helpful because uh, they would also get a knowledge of it.
Okay, fine. So that let me talk about.
They are
Yeah.
able to hear you. It's just that they're not. They're even trying to speak, but it's not. We are not able to hear it. So we can continue, and in the meantime, I would coordinate to see what's happening.
Okay, so before I get into this, okay, so let me share my screen to you, all of you. Okay, so let us start. What do you mean by? Let's start into the cloud computing first, and Salesforce. Okay, so later we'll talk about Salesforce, but let us understand what do you mean by cloud computing. Okay, so what do you mean by cloud actually? So basically, right now, if you see, so I'm getting into your shoes, Pavni or what do you call Shilpa, and I don't know the other person name. I'm trying to get you into your shoes, and I'm trying to teach you, okay, because you guys come from different background, different domain, so I need to be a little bit more clear and I mean more precise, okay, to teach you because you need to understand the basics, okay, what is happening. Otherwise, if you comes from the background, from computers background or from BTech or MTech, okay, I can directly get into, I mean, directly jump into the topic. But let me get into issues and try to make you to understand what are these topics. So what do you mean by cloud? Okay, so now people are starting talking about cloud computing. Okay, what do you mean by cloud? I think you have heard about different cloud platforms like Amazon, AWS, then Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure. Okay, and I mean every most of the companies are uh, mm, uh, establishing their own cloud platforms because they want to be in a competitive with others. Uh, Even if you see Oracle is also into coming into the cloud, and even the recent past, SAP is also placing a major role with coming into the market like SAP HANA. SAP HANA is one of the cloud platforms for SAP to develop the SAP modules. So everyone is talking about cloud, cloud, cloud. What do you mean by this cloud? So, for example, if I talk in a layman language, you guys are now connected to this particular meeting, and you are connected from your laptop, and you are attending this particular training, right? Okay. So when you are attending this particular training, actually, you are supposed to attend a classroom training, okay, where a person will be there, a trainer will be there. You sit in the classroom, and the trainer will be explaining. You see the trainer, and the trainer will see you, and then you will try to understand and you work it out. But here the complete concept is different. You are sitting somewhere in US, and I'm sitting somewhere in India, and we connected through an internet connectivity, and you're learning the things. Okay. Similarly, the cloud works the same thing. Okay. So if you want to work on any applications, okay, so the applications are placed in the cloud platform. They are installed or configured in the cloud platform, and you guys are connected to this particular application through a through a device like a laptop or a mobile or a tablet, and you have an internet connectivity. With the help of internet connectivity, you are able to connect to those apps, and you are able to work it out. You have a smartphones with you. In the smartphones, you have a lot of applications that are installed, and you go to Play Store and you download the application app, and then you directly connect to that. So basically, how are you going to connect that? So if you don't have a smartphone, if the application is not is not in the form of in a Play Store in an app, so the applications are designed in two ways. One is called as a web application, the other one is called as a mobile app. So now, for example, if you want to access ICICI.com, and or you want to access any accounting bank application, and you want to do some third party transfer or something. So basically, what you do first in instance, you go to a bank as a personally, and you do a transaction there personally. But now nobody is going to the banks, right? So what they are doing, they are just opening the web application of the bank. They are getting into net banking, providing their customer ID and password, and going to the third party transfer, and you are simply transferring the money from your account to your friends. So that's called as a cloud. Similarly, the same application is designed in the web application, that is again in the three different applications. Okay, basically there are three different operating systems which are in the market. In that, Symbian is the one. Symbian is the old operating system, iOS operating system, and Android operating system. So your applications are designed in these two operating systems, and there's a small app which you download from the Play Store, and from that particular app you connect to the bank application, and you do the transaction. So how are these transactions are happening? Because of the cloud. So what does the cloud requires? Okay, the data centers, the applications, the softwares, okay, everything are installed and configured in a cloud somewhere in the world. You don't know where is that particular server, okay, and where is that particular data is getting stored, but you have an option to access those particular uh, data. If you take example of Amazon has its own data centers in different countries. They have around 20 to 25 availability zones where their data centers are available. In India, their data center is one of the data centers in Bombay. Okay, so you install your application there and you try to access it. Whichever the nearest availability zone is available, you connect to that particular available zone and you do you start accessing the applications. So that's how the usage of the cloud has become so predominant currently in the last 5 years. Okay, because they want the applications to be with them, and they want the transactions to be happen very fast. So that's how your cloud is there. So I'll tell you a simple example. Your Gmail is there. Gmail is nothing but in the cloud. Your Yahoo is there. Yahoo is nothing but in the cloud. We'll take best example. Your Facebook is there. You guys do a lot of chatting. You guys upload a lot of photos. Whenever you want, you take a selfie. You upload your photo in the Facebook. Where is the data getting saved? Where is that photos are getting saved? And how are you accessing that particular Facebook? So that's nothing but a cloud. Okay, so Facebook has tons of data centers where lots of terabytes of data is stored. Okay, every day lots of photos get saved into that. So someone has to manage that, right? Someone has to manage that, and who is managing that? Facebook is managing it. So you are accessing your Facebook through your online, somewhere through an app. Okay, so that's called as in a cloud. Similarly, your Twitter, any web applications that are there. So if you want to work on the cloud, so there are three things that you need to have. One is you need to have a device to access the cloud, and you need to also have an app application, okay, to where you need to work, and you also need to have an internet connection. Okay, let me give you another example. In the traditional software development, okay, in earlier days, what they used to do is, uh, for example, you guys wants to set up in a company. Okay, you guys wants to set up a small startup company, and you want to start developing the applications. What you do, if you want to start up a company, you require infrastructure. Okay, so infrastructure is nothing but systems. Okay, monitors, keyboards, CPUs, okay, servers, then routers, then your switches. That's called as an infrastructure. Okay, now you need to buy that particular infrastructure. When you buy that particular infrastructure, you also need to have a person who install the operating system for you, who configure your operating system, who also install your specific softwares in your systems, and also you also need a person who can maintain those applications. If suddenly system gets crashed, again he needs to install the proper operating system, format karna hai. He need to install the operating system, he need to configure it. So there's a lot of manpower is required, there's a lot of infrastructure is required, and you need to spend a lot of. So for example, every 10 days, 15 days, you need to run your virus, update the virus, antivirus in your machines. You also need to install the patches. Okay, for example, if you want to use Windows operating system, You need to purchase a Windows operating system license. So there's a lot of hectic things. That was the earlier days. People used to do it because there is no other option to for them. They need to purchase everything. They need to set up everything. They need to have 3 to 4 system administrators in their office who manage this complete infrastructure. Now on top of that, you purchase a software. When you purchase a software, you need to pay the license for the software. You need to install it. You need to configure it. Then your developers and testers will start working on that. See how much time is spent on these particular activities. Okay, so everything, and it is all expensive. Cloud in the traditional approach, okay, it is an expensive because you need to invest a lot of amount. Now I have a question to you. Why don't I have a person who provides all these things, okay, to me, okay, where I will have only one laptop with me. I'll have an internet connection, and with the help of the laptop and internet connection, I'll connect to this their services, okay, their services, and I will start using it. Getting my point? So who will provide all these services? So the cloud platforms, which okay, like Salesforce, Amazon, okay, Google, these people will provide all these services. Your option is you no need to, okay, you no need to purchase any of these particular infrastructure. You no need to purchase any recruit a system administrator. You no need to ensure that the patches are updating properly, or you no need to worry whether your antivirus is properly installed and configured. So everything is managed by the cloud platform, guys. Okay, now what you do is, okay, you use, okay, so whenever you want to use, okay, you pay for that particular usage, and you use your cloud computing. Getting my point? For example, if 10 users wants to use that particular infrastructure or software, what you will do, for the 10 users you pay a monthly fee. Like how do you pay a fee? Every month you go and pay a college fee, right? Like that, you pay the fee and you use it. Okay, but you don't own that particular software. You don't own that particular infrastructure. As a tenant, you use it, and you use for 1 month or 2 months or 5 months or 6 months, whatever it is. You pay for that, and but who is managing everything?